Hey guys, so people always ask me, Locum Tenens Hospitalist Salary, what are the real life numbers? When you're working locum tenens, you can make significantly more money compared to permanent hospitalists. However, when you're first starting out, it's hard to find information with an accurate number. And even when you do come across those emails from recruiters or online job postings with locum tenens positions, and the rate is listed, it's hard to guess whether this offer is a starting point, the best rate, or just somewhere in between. That's why it's better to know the numbers and consider the factors that affect the pay, one way or the other, in order to negotiate with the facility effectively or with the locum tenens agency. The information that I'm about to provide here is based on my personal experience, as well as the experience of many of my colleagues. I also screened a lot of emails and talked to multiple recruiters on a regular basis, which helps me to better understand the market conditions. Please keep in mind that hospitalists have been consistently making more and more money year after year, so locum tenens pay rates will probably increase over time as well. Now, I have to admit, the possible pay scale is quite wide. Some aggressive recruiters can start negotiation as low as $130 an hour, and on the other hand, physicians that are skilled with negotiation can end up getting $200+ an hour or even more. It's a huge difference. If you think about it, with 15 shifts a month on average, you can make as little as $280,000 a year at $130 an hour, or as much as $430,000 a year at $200 an hour. It's a big difference. You can check out this graph to see the difference at $130 an hour, $165 an hour, and $200 an hour, going from $280,000 a year to $356,000 a year to $432,000 a year. You can also check out the Locum Tenens Salary Calculator to see how even a small increase of the locum pay can make a big difference for you. There are several intrinsic factors that can affect the hourly pay, to include facility location as well as shift type, although eventually it all just boils down to supply versus demand. Some of those factors are location, rural versus urban, the type of shift, daytime versus swing versus night, ICU setup, closed ICU versus open ICU, and government versus public facilities, just to name a few. For instance, on the low end of the spectrum, example, a prestigious tertiary center in a big city could pay as little as $130 an hour. At the high end of the spectrum, example, night shifts at a rural hospital in South Dakota with an ICU coverage may pay as much as $200 an hour. There are always exceptions, and the pay can be even higher at a facility that is desperate to fill a position, although these gigs tend to be very short-lived and won't affect your bottom line very significantly. Whether you want to work at a desperate hospital or not, now that's a whole nother story. There are also regional variations, and that's why I strongly encourage you to talk to your colleagues who are currently working locum tenens in your region and state to see what their experience has been. From what I've encountered, the highest pay rates are often consistently in the Southwest region, and the lowest pay rates in the Northeast. Again, a rural New York job with an open ICU will definitely command higher pay rates than, say, a downtown tertiary center in Minneapolis with no ICU or procedural requirement. If you want to learn more about how locum hospitalists get paid different for different regions, check out the special report that I've created and click the link below. Another important exception are government facilities such as VA or Native American tribal healthcare. From my observation, they tend to pay 10 to 30% less, and the credentialing process is much longer. On the upside, if you have any state license, you can work in all 50 state government-run hospitals and clinics. Overall, the pay range is around $160 an hour for the day rounding shifts. I've personally never accepted anything less than $150 an hour. However, if you're offered $130 an hour for a very comfortable job at a hospital across the street, I'd say go for it. I've just never been so lucky. Finally, when planning your locum tenens job location, consider the state income tax burden. For example, the same pay rate working in, say, California or New York hospitals will have a lower bottom line when you compare them to states that have no income tax, such as Washington, Florida, or Texas. I hope you found this information useful. I'm on a mission to reveal all locum tenens secrets for you. So please, like and subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get the new updates.